Presented in its original uncut version, it is intended only for mature audiences.
All right, first things first. I have to invite Danny and hold on. Invite Danny. Oh, invite Apple I. That's right. Apple I. And then copy the link. Message fucking Danny. And pray to the gods that she answers. Then we're going to go back to here and we're going to say, welcome to the very first live transmission of the Black Bunny podcast. And since they want to let me go on Instagram, because of course, suddenly, if you don't have 1,000 followers, you can't go live. Like, of course, the one night that I get inspired enough to take it to the next level. And of course. All right. Well, I'm hoping Danny D picks up. So, by the way, this is transmission 0, if you've been paying attention. 0. The first transmission 0, Black Bunny podcast. All right. So, my latest interests are a couple of definitions that I just uncovered that are phenomenal examples of how reality and the truth are so magnificently clear and we can't see it. No, we can't motherfucking see it because, okay, whatever. All right. So what I'm saying is, well, let's just point out one. Let me get into it. All right. Let's look up the word general. General. Yeah. So general. General. Yeah. Number one, involving, applicable to, or affecting the whole. The whole? WHOLE. Yes, I hate when I have to say that, but that's, why. All right, well, so involving, applicable to, or affecting the whole. When you come out of the vagina and they cut you off of the umbilical cord. Back up, back up, back up. When you come out of the vagina and then your umbilical cord and the afterbirth material, the fetal maternal organ, the extra embryonic matter come out, the Lamb of God, the sac. Yeah. When that all comes out, and before they cut you, that is a whole delivery, a whole being. The medical definition of delivery, thank you, Curtis R. Kallenbach, New World Order. Yeah. Medical definition of delivery is the fetus and its membranes. My mic has been on the whole time. Exactly. Hey, you know what I realize? I don't have to fucking be perfect. Evolutionary due process will allow me to become better and better as long as I keep showing up. Now, who's with me? Oh, who is with me? All right. So the whole being, fetal maternal organ, extra embryonic matter, umbilical cord, and the baby is a whole being, is a whole entity. It's a mass. Now, when they cut you off of the umbilical cord, something happens here, right? They create the two states. They create the black and white checkerboard, the unborn and the born, the living and the dead and the living. And they create the fallen angel and the fallen man. Yes. Alpha, beta, seed and fruit, origin and on the land, living, biological, breathing being, the unborn and the born. At the cut, the two states come into they are created. The dual reality, the duality. Yes, all these things. That's what the whole Masonic and white motherfucking checkerboard is about. All right. By the way, I forgot to tell you, because of the fact that um, suddenly you can't go live on Instagram unless you have 1,000 followers. So since it just so happened to be that I got my fucking balls and my ambition and my energy level to want to take it up a notch with the Black Bunny podcast, and I was gonna go live with Danny D. And well, I mean, Danny D may join us, but she may not. I don't know. But I was gonna go live. But of course, it's a new policy. So I'm going to release this on YouTube, but guys, please go to at the Black Bunny Podcast on Instagram. I'm not so active on TikTok at the moment, but there's one there too. But all the handles are at the Black Bunny Podcast, YouTube, Instagram. But go to Instagram and follow me so that I can go live on motherfucking Instagram. All right. But this will go on YouTube at the Black Bunny Podcast, and I'm going to post it on the feed on Instagram. All right. So general, involving, applicable to, or affecting the whole. So the action of the cut is general. I can say that the action of the cutting of the umbilical cord is general. That is general because it's involving, applicable to, or affecting the whole. You see? All right. Now, the list goes on. Like general is a very interesting word. Not number 3, not confined by specialization or careful limitation. Wow. Don't want to go even there because we got much bigger fish to fry at the moment, but that is very beautiful. So general, and then the other reason why I brought it up was because of this. Uh-huh. So tinge. Right. Oh, we're gonna do a few words here. Yeah. Because of the very important word, which is what this live stream, this episode is about. This is going to be based around the scientific method. All right. Now, I'm glad we learned general first, actually. So now let's go to the word science. Science fiction. Ooh. Number 1A of science, knowledge or a system of knowledge covering general truths or the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific method. Again, soldier, knowledge or a system of knowledge covering general truths or the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific method. Wow, this is an example of how blatant the truth can be. So let's just take knowledge. Knowledge covering general truths. Now, I know that every single one of you out there, every single person thought of it as knowledge covering general truths, meaning the different subjects of general truths we're covering. It's a topic. No, it's not. It's covering, like covering my face, like covering the covered identity, covering the identity, the COVID, the kid. Knowledge covering general truths. Now we're seeing the picture differently, right? Right. Because now we're seeing the words general truths and we're seeing it being covered. Covered, general truths. General truths covered. Now, what's the general truth? Well, don't you remember what general meant? I do, I do. I think. Relating to or uh, relating to or affecting the whole package. So general is relating to the whole. All right. So when it's cut, that's relating to the whole, right? So knowledge covering my knowledge is covering relating to the whole cut truths. Now, for those of you who got it in the first time around, bravo. It's not easy. It's very advanced. But for those of you like I know because it took me, I mean, you have to kind of, you have to keep practicing it. It's not smarter or dumber, or is this you have to apply yourself and engage with the knowledge. So their mother knowledge, science is science is knowledge covering truth related to the whole. That's science. So science is the knowledge. That's the science, is the knowledge. It's what they know, guys. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's what they know. Because they're doing this and they are covering it. They're making it happen. But also it's a way of them for saying, I think that what they do in science is going to be mostly a semaphore signal, a parallel description, because yeah, I think that it is. All the scientific discoveries. Well, science is simply the knowledge covering over the related to truths of the whole, what's happening at the cut. So the science is the knowledge covering it. Let's look up covering. Covering is something that covers or conceals. Covers. 1A, to guard from attack. So covering general truths. So to guard from attack, of related to the whole. To guard from, wow. So the knowledge is their defense covering, is to guard the general truths. My God. I wonder what album cover would mean. You know what I mean? To guard or attack. What's an album? I mean, I don't want. That's a slippery fucking rabbit hole already going in that direction. It's not staying on track. So should we do it? I said, should we do it, soldier? Um, what's the question? No, I'm not doing album cover. It's two sidetracked. Okay, so now the word general in science is what I wanted to do, and now we're going to look into the scientific method definition. All right, let's go back, science. So it says here the knowledge Covering, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, we got to finish that thought. Thank you very much. Thanks, Aunt Judy. Knowledge or a system of knowledge covering general truth. So we established the knowledge is just think of it as like a defense mechanism, like an actual physical thing. Like this is the science is our knowledge, and we're putting it here to protect the truths about what is affecting the whole. They're guarding it. That's science. All right. And covering truths and the operation of general laws. That's where the laws are too. This is science is inside of the fictional realm, science fiction. Man, we gotta look that up too. Shit. All right. Let's see here. I hope that fan is not too loud. No, scientific method. Okay, so this is the knowledge. I'm so sorry, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. I promise you. Okay. Knowledge. So it's the knowledge that's covering it. The barrier is there. Right? It's very tricky. It's this intellectual shit. Okay. Or the operation of general laws. So the general laws they're protecting the truth about general laws. Yes. As obtained and tested through scientific method. As obtained or tested. Holy shit. Before we do obtained and tested, which will be the final words, we have three more words, guys. I mean, in theory, scientific method. So that knowledge which is obtained by the scientific method, principles and procedures for the systematic pursuit of knowledge, principles and procedures for the systematic pursuit of knowledge involving the recognition and formulation, wow, of a problem. Oh my God. This is big time, guys. So it's obtained by the principles and procedures that they're doing. This knowledge barrier, holding those truths about laws in the whole are being protected, and they're obtained through the principles and procedures for the systematic pursuit of knowledge, yes, involving the recognition and formulation of a problem. Oh. All right. No. This is so I just know people are going to get bored. I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating, guys. It's like actually knowing the knowledge here is actually knowing what they're saying, and you can feel it in your guts. It's because you've been enlightened once you get it. So practice the work. Go to the Black Bunny podcast on Apple and fucking listen to it. Please. Recognition, the action of recognizing the state of being recognized. Wow. Wow. Recognition, this is amazing word. The action of recognizing the state of being recognized. I'm intrigued. Recognize. To acknowledge formally, such as to admit as being Lord or sovereign. Wow. To recognize is to acknowledge formally, to admit as being Lord or sovereign. This whole fucking parallel between the language, that's what we always talk about. They designed the English language, Mary I am, Mary Jesus language, Webster language, the web surrounding the fetal maternal organ, and you can say all the things regarding science and science, scientific method, and they can be talking about that because, and they can also be talking about them acknowledging that they're the Lord or sovereign, right? So this is also recognizing is the parallel. This is what I talked about the pedophilia subject. They're admitting what they're doing to us They're literally saying, we are trafficking your child. The birth certificate is a child. If you don't know that, go back a couple episodes. The certificate is the child, and they're simply telling us, we're trafficking, we're involved in trafficking rings. No one's being arrested because they're not doing what you think they're doing to the little children down here. That's right. So recognizing is to acknowledge formally. I think they're recognizing. Yeah. It's going to be a flip side of this too. Yeah. It's going to be also us identifying as recognizing. Yeah. To acknowledge formally, 1B, to admit as being a particular status. Well, that's us celebrating the birthday. That's the birth certificate of identity. That's the birth date, your arrival on the land. That's us recognizing. That's us admitting as being a particular status, like in the public pool, perhaps. In the communist public pool, perhaps. The one where everyone's been decapitated, perhaps. The one where everyone's top of the pyramid on the back of the buck, on the back of the dollar bill is separated. Your capital has been put into the public pool. And so that's us. That's you recognizing. That's you admitting to being a particular status. So let's not go any further because it's already getting very deep for everyone. I can tell. It's getting very deep for me. It's like I really can't move fast right now. We've gone in deep. But recognition is the action of recognizing. So it's either recognizing it's basically saying who you are. And so they're saying what they're doing because they're saying that they're the Lord blatantly. And at the same time, we're saying by not saying anything and by identifying as the birth certificate and pledged identity, we're saying, yes, you can govern me. By voting, voting is recognizing. Yes, you are admitting to being part of a particular class. You want to be governed. If you're voting, then you want to be governed. That's what you're saying. Hello. Gotta snap out of it, guys. Merely participating in anything that they present us is participating in having to pay taxes, having to be pulled over, having to go to work, and pay, the list goes on and on and on, right? You know what? Yeah. All right. So let's go back. We're going to wrap this up soon. Let me see how much time I got on this. Your screen sharing. Yeah. I get it. And how much time do I got? What does it say? Like, of course, it doesn't say right up somewhere how much time is left. And no idea. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's get out of here. What does this do? What does this do? This do? All right. Relax here, buddy. All right. So the scientific method are the principles and the procedures. Could the principles, I don't want to go down it, but could the principles being the people who are whole, the ones that are sovereign and running this joint? So so scientific method, principles, these people, and procedures that they're creating for the systematic pursuit of knowledge involving the recognition, the recognizing, the admitting of who you want to be. You are by doing all those things, you're admitting to being in the public pool and playing the game, right? And at the same time, they're recognizing that they are the Lord's. So we can never see the truth. because they've designed the language to be able to talk about the scientific method with science and universe and planets and substance, all the scientific things we think. Meanwhile, they're also saying that this is their pursuit of knowledge for the covering of the general truths relating to the whole. You hear? All right. I gotta have to slow down. Danny D, fucking come on here. You can now send verbal feedback. Oh, really? Yeah, whatever. All right. So, yeah. All right. Principles, these people that are whole, I'm going to guess, I'm sure there's a million possibilities. So the principles are the people and procedures are the things they're creating for the systematic pursuit of the knowledge. Watch, we have to look up knowledge involving the recognition and formulation and the creation of it of a problem. Mm-hmm. Let's do problem first. Wow. I know it's going to be good. A quest 1A of problem. A question raised for inquiry, consideration, or solution. A question. Oh, good Lord. 1B, a proposition in mathematics or physics stating something to be done. Well, that fits. I already know that mathematics and physics is a gun. It's a mark, it's a statement. The proposition of mathematics is just us identifying as that. And the physics too, stating something to be done. Yeah, again, it's the same thing we were just talking about. We're stating that you can have you can govern me. I want to be governed by you. I'm paying the taxes because I'm identifying as you own the maternal part of the placenta in the birth certificate. You own the maternal part of the placenta in the fetal maternal organ. My fetal biology is in there, and I'm identifying as the part that they own, which is the maternal part of the placenta that I'm moving in with. That matrix, mother is the matrix. Yeah. And my biology is stuck inside of that birth certificate. And since they own that third thing that I'm moving in with, you see what they've done? They've trapped us. We keep admitting to it. We keep playing the game. So, a proposition. Of course. So a problem is a proposition in mathematics and physics, which is the unborn and the born idea, stating something to be done. So a problem is a proposition in that department about the origin. And the scientific method are the principles and their procedures for the systematic pursuit of the knowledge involving the admittance of what you want to be. You made your choice, free will, and the formulation, the creation of this whole thing of a problem. And a problem, which is of a question, of a proposition. Let's do that again very slowly, guys. This is phenomenal. So the scientific method is the principle, people running this place, and procedures that they're creating for the systematic pursuit. They're pursuing the knowledge, which involves they're pursuing the knowledge, the answer. We're going to look up knowledge. They're looking for the knowledge, the result of involving recognition, which is the moment of truth, the moment of truth. What is the day? The day, oh my God, Terminator and the Judgment Day. It's the moment of truth. It's the recognition, the moment where they're simply saying what they're doing, and they're just putting this birth certificate there. They're not putting a gun to our head, and we're just falling into their commerce system and falling into the whole thing, right? That's them admitting what they're doing, and our recognition is us doing it. You understand? We're also stating what we want to be by our actions, right? So they're the systematic pursuit of the knowledge involving that moment. All right. Every moment that we make the mistake is what's happening. It's all the judgment day is every fucking day. And the formulation of a problem, of a proposition. Guys, they're saying this is their interest in the knowledge involving the whole moment where we fail from us putting up a proposition. It's us putting up the offer. That's what the scientific motherfucking method is, bitch. You know what? Yeah. So we're gonna stop there, guys. That was phenomenal. So it's basically, this is the shortest version I'm gonna give you. It's their motherfucking interest in the knowledge, the result of this proposition they've given us to either identify as this, to take that move, and at the same time they're saying, here's what we're offering. That's what the scientific method is. Guys, go to @the_Black_Bunny podcast on Instagram and give me a like. This is Transmission Zero here at the Black Bunny podcast, and this is Chat GPT.